أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي واجعل لي وزيرا من أهلي هارون أخي اشدد به أزري وأشركه في أمري كي نسبحك كثيرا ونذكرك كثيرا إنك كنت بنا بصيرا. اللهم نور قلوبنا بنور الإيمان والقرآن إن شاء الله. وصل اللهم على محمد وعلى آله وأصحابه وأتباعه وسلم والحمد لله رب العالمين. نعم. You can.
Through declaring, you alone do we worship, and from you alone we seek help. He proclaims his worship for and seeks help from his unassisted dominicality, his unpartnered Godhead, his unshared sovereignty.
Inshallah, it carries on, so we can stop here, I think, because sentence is long. Now we are reading from the words, the book words, and ninth word, and it was about the wisdom in times of prayers, prescribed prayers, 5 times daily or prayers, and we have been studying sunset prayer, Maghrib prayer. Actually, it is just describing the wisdom in praying at sunset, but it is not the wisdom in our prayer itself, in our understanding, in our, if you like, a set of emotions, feelings. Then we are in contact with everything in creation. So we communicate with the creation. Sunset time is sunset time has a special meaning for us, should have a special meaning for us. It should remind us the end of the day, and the end of the day reminds us the end of the season, end of our life, end of the life of the earth, etc. It means fundamentally sunset time reminds us transience of this world. Everything is transient, so it should help us to recall why everything is transient, what is the wisdom in it. So as a result of this feeling, we should respond back. Whatever we feel. So the problem is if we don't feel anything, we don't respond back. So we have to have certain attitude towards the creation and communicate with the creation. That's kind of introspective thinking. What's going on in you? But the prayer, the fundamental understanding in prayer is responding. If you have something, your excitement, whatever positive or negative feelings, whatever we have, and communicate what our conclusion is. For example, if somebody says, well, the world is the result of nature, then human feelings respond back to the nature. If somebody says, no, it cannot happen by itself naturally, so human response must be directed to the source, the owner, whatever we think. That demonstrating itself to us. We emphasize on the importance of praying just because it is commanded and required religiously or by our religion. That is my religion, and in my religion it is commanded. That's why I am doing it. It means no spirit in your prayer, no meaning in your prayer. You do it because you are asked to do it, and it turns out to be a burden for you. So you start saying that religion is restricting my life, and in religion, always God has the authority, holds the authority. So God is really always giving you commandments. It turns out to look like as if religion is not for you, in fact. But for any reason, because of your cultural background, because what you hear from your elderly people, and those people who seem to be knowledgeable in religion, they say you have to do it. No, even you don't understand, do it. Because you will understand if you study, but for the moment, even if you don't understand, you have to do it, you've got to do it, otherwise, the severe punishment is waiting for you. But if you do it, very unimaginably beautiful, fabulous reward is waiting for you, paradise. It becomes a fable for you, in reality, a fable, a story. This book presents prayer not external to you, internal to you. That is the, if you like, magic in it. Teaches you, reminds you, look, for example, we are studying sunset time now. What do you get from sunset time? Do you have any emotional reaction to what is going on in the world? How do you evaluate it? Look, everything we said in worship, everything goes on in the individual, not external. Anything external is nothing to do with you, in fact. But unfortunately, religion is presented mostly as an external thing, entity. It means, look, whether you like it or not, you've got a God, and he has his own religion, and he imposes his religion on you, and how mostly religion is presented in the society. That's why the people either don't digest the teaching that we learn really through the prophets and make it his own conclusion, turns into imagination or external claim. We give the typical example saying that I am a German nationality. Why? Do you feel anything? Do you confirm it? I don't, because I was born in Germany. That's the state there, gives you the identity or passport. Can you really confirm it that this being a German has anything to do with you? No, because I was born here. So some people turn this attitude and apply it in religion. I am a Muslim, or I am a Christian. Why? Because I was raised as a Christian or as a Muslim. So this is my religion. They don't say my religion. Usually, vocabulary is interesting. That is our religion. Like that is our nationality, which is very weird, which goes against the nature of religion, because the religion itself, sit wherever you find, let's stop wasting time. Yeah. Religion itself must be, by definition, the result of your own conclusion. If you agree that, yes, there is a purpose in my creation, if you yourself agree that, yes, I am consciously created, we keep repeating this, but this is the point always missing in our perception of religion. Yes, I agree that I have a conscious creator. Yes, I agree that I understand that I. It's not egoism. It is my conclusion. It is my belief. Belief is your conclusion. Belief cannot be borrowed. It must be I. Everything must be I. I am convinced. I am sure in myself, as much as I can, that my creator has been creating this universe, and me consciously and giving me the ability to be aware of the creation and the wisdom in the creation. Now I am experiencing the sunset time, and it has an influence on me. It means it brings some message, the sign to me, which is meaningful. It's not accidental. That if it is your conclusion, if it is not your conclusion, forget about religion. Borrowed external source of information under the title of religion is not religion. Is not religion. It is just culture. Like you're being a German. Nothing. Yes, you have an identity, but this identity is external to you. At your birth, it is given to you. This identity. Ridiculous. Yes, it is ridiculous, but very common disease. Very widespread rhetoric. So at sunset, I have some sort of message via creation. If I say that this cannot come from the particles themselves, this meaningful message, which corresponds to my perception, my understanding. So it is deliberately, if you like, incorporated with the act of creation. The meaning is in it, like a book. Deliberately, the letters are put in a deliberate order in order to convey the meaning of the author to you. Very clear. If you, as a human being, are satisfied with this understanding, so you communicate now through creation with the Creator. conscious creator, your consciousness is also provided by him, because you know that if you are aware of it, if you have ever thought about it, where did I get my consciousness, awareness? From the food I eat, from the sunlight, from the particles. Particles are producing consciousness, awareness, feelings that I have now in my physical body. Oh, I'm really set, prepared, in accordance with the harmony of the universe. I'm perfectly in harmony with the universe. I'm deliberately, if you like, posited or set in this set of the universe, put there in this universe. So I have to be comfortable with my own understanding, saying this creator of the universe, including me, in a perfect harmonious setting, order. Now I have to be using, I have to use my human feelings, thought, reflections, as I have no external influence, no external pressure. If you like, no external direction for you, directing you, do this, do that. Mm-hmm. But it must be from your inside. You have questions, you search for the answers as human beings to your questions using your ability. If you conclude that you have some questions, but these questions cannot be answered within the setting of this universe, mostly how the universe came into existence, how the things are happening really as they do, why do they do? Especially, why am I here? How am I here is existential. Why am I here is intellectual question. How come that I exist? I have to investigate. And if I understand that my coming into universe cannot be accidental, and then the second step comes, how can I make sense of my existence? It means, why am I here? And it needs, again, intellectual inquiry, intellectual inquisition, searching for the answer. You find out that you may find some answers that this universe cannot come into existence by accident by studying the universe itself, which is necessary. Can it come by itself into existence by itself? If you conclude that no, it cannot. Also, and then the second question, the intellectual question, follows it. Why do I exist? It means, why am I given existence? The answer must be sought after from the Creator, because no one can find, or at least I must speak on my own behalf, I couldn't find any answer, why am I here? By investigating the universe. I say complicated, marvelous, miraculous things are going on, yeah, but why? I don't know. So intellectual, if you like, blockage is intellectual inability to find the answer, forces me, or in my own journey, forced me to search for an answer, because the source of question exists. So search for an answer, from my Creator. We study this on various occasions, though it is extremely important and missed by many, many people. When we see that I have the question, ability to ask the question, and I don't have the ability to get the answer by myself. In my question exists in me, answer doesn't exist anywhere. And I reason, intellectually understand, grasp that this Creator is not doing anything meaningless. There must be something in the creation of the universe, a kind of discrepancy, contradiction. Question is created, answer is not created in the universe. It goes against the general appearance of the creation of the universe. Everything seems to be meaningful, but in this case, there is no meaning. So human mind or human intellectual capacity forces us to think that this Creator is not really doing anything meaningless, so there must be a meaning in it. And because of the lack or the shortcomings in the completion of the communication with the universe, I am hungry, food is there. I need light, light is there. I need voice to hear, voice is there. I want to understand, yes, understand the capacity, reasoning is there. Right? Reasoning is there. Almost I need air, air is there. I need answers, answer is not there to certain questions. It must be provided. That is the source for searching God's guiding speech, providing answer, the Creator's Creator, I say, through my own reasoning, which is provided by Him again. The one who made me must answer my question. I expect this. I expect this from the one who made the universe. Then I start looking for it. There must be. Where is it? There must be somewhere. So some people come up, say, claiming that the Creator of this universe and the Creator of your capacity to ask this question has given me the answer via something. Doesn't matter, but I've got the answer from Him, not from myself, because I cannot get it. I'm a human being like you and me, like me and others. But from Him, via something, like you get your food via animals, plants, yeah? You get your message via human beings. That's all right, why not? But like the plants and animals are not the source of their result, the results of their actions. They are just means, vehicles. We understand, we should understand this. This man is, if he is really, really created and employed by the Creator to carry the message, should not be the source of his message. Yeah, it must be so. If he says, I thought about it, and I say, you are a human being like me. I think about it and I cannot get the answer. How do you? There's no way for a human being to find out. It apparently looks like reducing the value of the messengers. But in fact, if you really carefully think about it, it grounds your understanding of messengership perfectly, which fits without any imagination, without any exaggeration, without any partnership. It was what partnership was wrong. Partisanship. I was going to say partisanship. Without any partisanship, our prophet is the best man. Look, it's a claim. It's just a false, baseless, and irrational claim. But our prophet, your prophet, I don't care what this man says. Let me explain. Let me investigate. If the investigation ends up with whatever this man is saying is really appropriate to the reality of my observation, I can confirm that it is plausible. It makes sense. It doesn't contradict. For example, this man says, your creator, my creator, our creator, the creator of the universe told us that I have created you for an eternal life. This is just a training place. You investigate, is it really so? That is guidance. Can it be really true? You have to go through your own investigations. No imitation. No imitation. Why I emphasize on it? Because in the society, in the culture, religion is presented to us as if we are expected to imitate it. So we have to emphasize on it. Any imitation cannot be religion. Any external culture cannot be religion. It must be your conclusion. It must be your own conviction. That is very important. We have to work on it. But what we do, we don't work. That's why we are very prone to borrow the information from others, external sources, and imitate it. You have to do it because Prophet says so. You have to do it because the source, the Bible, the Torah, the Quran, the Psalms say so. And it becomes religion, it means superstition. The God's guidance becomes a source of superstition for us. We can do that out of our laziness. It's very simple. You can understand this. You are endowed with this ability to understand this. Just it needs bravery, challenging, and just taking the task on your own shoulder. I have to study. I have to question. I have to investigate. Otherwise, there is no free food. Yeah. Free food means not for you. You don't deserve it. You cannot be proud of it. You didn't work for it. When it comes to the worldly affairs, we are sincerely ready to work. When it comes to religion, we are stupidly ready to imitate. And we forget about humanity, our being and human being. So we take it very easy and externalize it. Externalize it. How? This is our religion. We have to follow. You have to obey. External, like your national identity. That's the reality. Hard, brings responsibility, but reality. Is there any way to get out of it? I believe, I submit myself. I'm a Muslim. I submit myself to God. Yeah. Tell me what God says, I will do it. I'm ready. Are you a slave? You are a free creature. You are created with freedom. It must be your conviction, your conclusion, and you must do it because you prefer to do it. Not because with no reason you submit it out of laziness. I am doing it. I submit myself to God. Why? Because religion says submit yourself to God and finish. So become an imitator. So of course, imitators have to end up with being manipulated by certain other people because it is external. It's not from you. It's not from your own conviction. So you think that you are a strong follower, believer. In fact, you are a strong human imitator. And it is very easy to be manipulated, to be cheated, if you like, or maybe by the good people with good intention, yeah, but it's not your conclusion, it is external, so you cannot be sure. Well, up to which point it is true, because you don't know. Up to which point it is not true. We have this problem always. If you externalize religion, it is inevitable to become a puppet in the hands of certain authority, people who claim the authority. Yeah. That's what we are suffering from with humankind, actually. Not only Muslims, Christians, Jews, Buddhists. They are puppets in the hands of the certain authority. We assign them. They are the authority. Because we are ignorant, we are lazy, in fact, not only ignorant. We don't study ourselves seriously. Just imitate the source. They come up with it, and we don't study, so it is inevitable to cause chaos because it's not your conclusion. Okay, here today, as the first part of the sentence you read, for example, if it is your conclusion that we, would you like some? No? Since we have it, why not? Can I get one? And, okay, you got one. All right, if that's it, we can. If it is your conclusion that you say, I worship the one who creates this universe only, and I am convinced that everything is from him. We seek help from him only. It means whatever I need is provided by him, and whatever I need will be provided by him only. Not something else. Everything, the universe is provided by him. I am provided by him. So, if you are convinced this, then when sun sets, of course you say, we should imagine this as we study the story of Abraham in the Quran. Abraham says in the stories, the stars are my Lord. As if he has seen it first time. Yeah, that's what we have to treat. Don't take it for granted that, these are the stars I see every day. Every time we see it, we have to question, can you be the source of my existence? We have to question. And quickly, it becomes very swift afterwards. If you train yourself, it becomes instantaneous afterwards. But when you look at it, definitely we have to go through a questioning. But in an instant, cannot be the source of their own existence. And then they are given existence. So when you look at the sun up there, it is shining beautifully. What should go on in your mind? This thing cannot happen by itself. It is employed. But it takes a fraction of a second. If it doesn't, you take the existence, creation, for granted. It means you are not a human being. You are not using your humanity. Not your religion, your humanity. You have to quickly ask. But at first, you may question at length. It means, can it be? Let me investigate. Let me understand. Work on it. Quarrel about it. Do lots of research on it. And it must be your conclusion at the end. It can happen by itself. No, it can come into existence by itself. It can't. But in both cases, must be your conclusion. What is the general trend in the people, among common people? Either they are unhappy with certain religious institutions and authorities and trends presented to them in the society. They close the door, say religion is something really trash, garbage, throw it. That is one extreme mistake. You have to investigate and then decide. Another extreme is, oh, look at the universe, there must be a God, so religion is correct, I must follow it as it is. That is the same garbage. It's not religion, it must be your conclusion. So if you like the middle way, use your human qualities, question it as much as you can. If you are not satisfied, keep questioning until you come to a certain conclusion. If you say, come on, life is so short, so I must just cut off. If you don't understand, what did you do? You said, okay, I deny religion. You said, okay, I confirm religion. For what? Oh, I cannot really carry on this investigating at every stage, because questions upon questions, layers of many questions human beings have. But your intelligence is given to you to perform this duty. Your intelligence never stops. Your ability to question never stops. So you have to use it until your ability is disabled. We call it death. Or certain illnesses, they are called dementia, or whatever, or sorry? Dementia, or I don't know exactly the technical words. Then we cannot think, we're not responsible. Otherwise, you have to. But unfortunately, we are very prone to resign from thinking. It's easy not to think. I believe, and I believe in my own experience, if you have not tasted the beauty of thinking, discovering, becoming aware of your reality, then if you have to think about something, is 100 times more difficult than doing physical actions. Test yourself. Which one is easy? To get ready for the exam or cook? Which one is easy? Which is easy? cooking is easy, or doing cleanings, tidying up your library shelves. These are very easy things. We look for an excuse. Oh, before I start, I must make kind of tea or something to stimulate my to go first. Go and make tea. It's prone to we are tend to always take the easy way. Easy way is, for example, best easy way of doing religious activities, working, making money and getting pleasure, giving some portion of it to religious activities. That's why the favorite activity is fundraising. Yeah, fundraising. The people have some sort of, if you like, way out. So I am not doing anything. I'm not really studying. I'm not really using my intellectual activities, studying, reading, investigating. It seems to be wrong. Yeah? It's not human. So at least I must give some money to religious organizations. So certain, how do you say, machinery works there. I don't want to go into details. We should be brave enough to admit that most of the imitation, the sources of imitation in religious matters derive from our own laziness. According to our level of knowledge, according to our age, our capacity, we have to always use our own capacity, not somebody else's capacity. You can benefit from it. For example, we students go to school, benefit from the teachers, but it is, again, at the end of the day, you who are going to learn it, not the teacher. But what we do, what the teachers say, write it down, take note, and repeat it. We don't think, is it really true? Let me understand, let me learn. In worldly professions, we are very successful. We think, we learn. In religion, we take it as it is externally presented to us. It's ridiculous. It is non-human. It has nothing to do with the abilities given to us by our Creator. Wasting it, using in another way, not in the right purpose. We have to question, why am I given this intelligence? Power to think. Why? Okay. So when it comes to our conclusion, we look at the sunset now, come to our point. We look at sunset and say, what does it mean for me? A new creation, a new thing. Why the bright day is turning into darkness? So the author said, we read it earlier, it reminds you the end of something. In terms of day, it reminds you the end of the day. In terms of year, you can say it reminds you the end of year. And a century, epoch, whatever, it reminds you the ultimately end of this life, because this life is continuously subject to change, and it has a starting point, it must have an ending point. There are endless signs for it. my death is a sign. The death of the day is a sign. Death of the season is a sign. Deliberately set, organized in the creation. So when you look at the sunset, don't say it's time for sunset prayer. First, what does it mean? For me, just look at it. Take a glance at sunset and a quick revision of your understanding. Or quick revision. What the revising what? It cannot happen accidentally. It's a perfect design. Conscious act of creation. And it corresponds to my feelings. It reminds me the end of my life. It reminds me that this universe is created in such a way that it's going to come to an end. It is just a transitory place, education place. I have to educate myself. And you say, this world itself is or cannot be the originator of its own existence. So there is a creator purposefully arranging and putting things in order. You alone we worship. It means I see no other reason for the existence of beautiful scenery. No other reason. Right? So you are the source of it. You alone we worship means this. So sunset time is, don't use this conventional language. Time for prayer now. No. Sunset time, as other times as well, is the time to remember the source of your existence. To remember. And the meaning, the creator of this event is conveying to you. Can you worship? It means, can you see that worship means this? If I see that something is the source of its own existence, if I see that, be careful there. You don't have to worship the creator. No, there's no need for creator. It's happening by itself. But if you say, no, it cannot happen by itself, then by what then? It's coming into existence. Certain things are continuously manifesting anew in a moment. So the arranger, the orderer, the creator of this universe is really manifesting something through this certain type of existence to me now, because I communicate with it. No one can say that the sun is setting and I have no feeling, nothing. I cannot think of it. It doesn't make any sense for me. But it's just an ordinary thing, meaningless action. No one can say that. Meaningfully arranged and communicates with what? Communicates with your internal feelings, intellectual questioning capacity. How is it happening? What does it mean? It means communication with you as a human being. Don't turn blind to it. Get the message, respond back, whatever you want to say. It is your human reaction. Then if somebody gives you something, you say, yeah, thank you. It means if you don't want to speak because of that atmosphere. You definitely respond. You don't ignore it. You don't. You communicate. This, you are created with this ability. Don't deny it. Use it. Communicate. So when we communicate with the Creator, with the creation itself, we feel that we have some sort of emotional charge. We are charged with something. It means something. It tells me something. It reminds me something. It is me again. I said, never forget that religion is the matter of I. I feel it in this way. Right? Not they tell me. I feel it in this way. Respond back. Use it. As you are, as you feel. If you can ignore it, think about it. Don't be prejudiced. Ignore it. Don't be prejudiced. Why I say don't be prejudiced? Because this is religious actions, rituals are meaning that are so preconceived ideas. No, use yourself as you are right now. You are offered something. Yeah. Or even, let's say, not for anything. You entered the room and somebody offered you a chair. So, what do you do? Like that? No, you say, thank you. I'm going to sit here. Thank you. Do you understand? That is in you. In you. That's how we are. When sunset or sunrise, whatever, but we are communicating with the creation and saying, no, it cannot happen by itself. It is a reminder for me, and I have to just remember easily. And not with a forcing yourself, oh, we have to pray now again, especially during winter time. Just prayed half an hour ago and another one came. Oh, this religion is really somehow restricting. Hello. Share it immediately. Yeah. Conclusion, if you conclude that, yeah, the creator of the universe needs to be acknowledged, that is, Iyyaka na'budu. I am acknowledging the creator. Just remember it now on this occasion. وَإِيَّاكَ نَسْتَعِينُ, everything is provided by you, and we also now consciously need to be aware that you are the one who provides everything for me. So all our expectations are from you. You alone, we seek help. It means all my expectations are from him. Nothing else can acknowledge my existence, my need, my petition, nothing but the creator of the universe. The rest doesn't know. Here is something to eat. It doesn't know me. It has no conscience. So it cannot really help me itself. When I eat it, it satisfies me, but it's not itself is satisfying you. The provider, the maker, the creator of the thing is satisfying you. وَإِيَّاكَ نَسْتَعِينُ. From you alone we seek help. It is beautiful. That is worship. That's what I understand from worship, or performing your prayers. It is meaningful, it is human. Otherwise, the other alternatives, alternative. For example, I submit myself to certain religion, and this religion, whatever this religion asks me to do, I am ready to do it, even I'm ready to die for it. It's not religion. It's to me just a non-human activity. I would call it as an, if you don't take it as an insulting language, stupidity. Yeah. I don't feel comfortable with it personally at all. Do you want to ask something?
Yes, this was great, Alhamdulillah, just trying to reflect on it. And I just wanted to go back to when you earlier said, for example, if I'm observing sunset or sunrise, I can be mesmerized by it and then wanting to perhaps express my joy without, like, just admiring the demonstration I'm observing without, hang on a second, how do I say this?
Without having the need to then respond as a result. As in seeing the connection that is the act of creation.
Right, so yeah.
You think it's beautiful, but you're not able to then make the link, think more about the act that the creator of the sunset is the omnipotent one, the one who creates everything.
Yes, so the creator, so not even getting to the creator yet. So I'm just observing and I feel like responding, expressing my joy, not responding by just expressing my joy, but I don't know what am I expressing this joy to.
Can you say that the sunset or any moment in creation happened by itself? So you said whether you were aware of it or not, you said I'm not yet getting to the creator. You have to explain the existence. Can you explain the existence of anything in its own term, by its own self?
Okay, so here's what's cool. Okay, can I explain?
If you can, well, go ahead.
Okay, so that's why we emphasize on questioning your feelings. So I should say, okay, so I'm being excited. Where is this excitement coming from? Oh, just by observing the sunset. Okay, so then I start questioning the whole creation of the sunset.
I think, although I'm sure that I have been repeating this, where is this excitement coming from? From outside, for example, when you are hungry, do you think the hunger is coming from the food? It is in you. The excitement is in you, nothing to do with the sunset. When you look at it, what is in you? When you see it, what is in you comes out. What is in you? So you have to question, where did I get this feeling? Excitement. When I see the sunset, I have a potentiality, a kind of ability to get excited. Where this excitement, the feeling of excitement, the quality of excitement coming from? When you are hungry, when you see the food, you get excited.
Right, yeah, the smell right now. I just want to eat it.
So the food is exciting you. If you don't have the ability, for example, the chair has no ability, it doesn't get excited. Why? Because it doesn't have the ability, it's not given. So you have to question the source of existence of always, we emphasize on it, the source of existence of the qualities we have been given.
Okay.
Where did I get it? Okay, if you say that I got this sense of excitement from my cells produced it, manufactured it for me, good for you, not for me. Good for you. I don't think so, but no human being can accept that. Because there is no evidence. What you have to do, whoever designed and gave existence to me, prepared it. This order. I am giving existence within this order. So still, I think we have to repeat on many occasions this. We don't question the existence of the matter itself. You can, but ultimately, we have to come up with the qualities of the matter. What a matter. Do you understand? The qualities, hardness, heat, soft, cold, one, I don't know. other qualities, the atomic structure and the motions going on there, or pulling or repelling, of those all motions, qualities are important. So if someone says, cell is doing this, cell is producing, I don't ask many questions, I ask this one. The act of the quality of producing, production, where did you get it? Cell invented it itself. Cell is creating it itself, its own quality. Ask the similar question to yourself. Do you create your own quality? Are you? You can hear, you can reason. Are you the one who is making it, or you are given? How your cell is the source of existence of its own quality. Of course, we have to think everything in terms of particles.
So I feel like when I do respond back to what I observe, so there must be something. I'm not saying that the cells are reacting, something is reacting within me for me to get excited. What is it?
What is, yeah. If you can find an answer apart from the creator, whoever made this universe within this order, must put me in this order. If you find it, if you find an answer apart from this, please tell me. So the machine is working here in a certain way. If you find an answer that not the engineer, not the maker of this machine made it in this way, within the machine itself, something is making something, is the source of existence. Tell me. This is making, this is creating, giving existence, or it is all parts, all the qualities of the machine are given existence by the maker of the machine, creator of the machine, if you like. Which one? That is what fundamentally the prophets, the messengers come with message. The things cannot make themselves. Man, I gave you the ability to understand this. Use it. Question it. But when we say the things, we ignore their qualities, they themselves, matter itself. Take the existence of the matter for granted. Of course, the package includes in it all the qualities of the matter. If we take the matter and the qualities of the matter, existence of this bulk, this bunch, for granted, what is left? Nothing. It means from the very beginning, you lost your human qualities because you just submitted something to that which has no base. Taking the existence for granted is the most drastic, most disgusting human fallacy, laziness. We cannot really. Here is your shame, and here is your love. So, without questioning, and without reasoning, everything. Reasoning doesn't mean that human beings consist of rationality only. That is baseless argument. Without using your human qualities, you cannot have any belief, any faith, any religion, anything. Whatever you do in the name of religion, religiosity, submission, baseless. It must be you. I concluded this. That is my conviction. Yeah, I am doing it because I find it consistent.
So I'm concluding that something within me is causing me to respond to the act of creation.
Which
And what is this thing which is causing me to respond?
one?
The thing within me which is
What is
causing-
that? What is
Yeah.
the thing?
I
What's
have
it?
no idea.
Yeah, because this the thing, whatever you have in your mind, needs to come into existence by something causing him to be there with certain qualities. It cannot be its own creator
The thing.
because it doesn't make sense, you know. A thing is creating itself. But if it is there, it needs to be created there. The thing, in order to create itself, must exist before its own creation. It doesn't make sense. It's so obvious. So this thing, the existence of that thing we are looking for, needs the cause to exist so that it will appear as an existing thing. It's not, it is simple, but we don't think.
So in this reasoning,
I am made in this way. That's what the conclusion, rational conclusion should be. I am made in this way, as I am. I have to use my qualities as I am made, because I am given these qualities, and also I am given the ability to use these qualities. So simple. So I should not choose by using my freedom to ignore my reality. I should use my power of choice, if given, not to ignore, but take notice of my reality.
so I'm made
Yeah.
with the ability to get mesmerized with sunset.
That's how I am.
Okay.
And I am, I am made with the ability to respond back. It's with me.
To respond back to what I observe.
Yeah. And I say, you are beautifully made, and in order to communicate with me, and I admire your maker. That's what I worship you, or we worship you alone, and we seek help from you alone. You means the creator of everything.
So I admire.
The oldest, yeah.
So I admire your maker, the sunset, and I admire the maker of my abilities
To admire it,
because they're coming in together, sinking in.
communicating.
Okay.
So that is your conclusion.
So what happens, for example, if you lose this communication, if you don't have this communication?
Nothing. You are not using your humanity, wasting your time if you don't use it. It means you are not living as a human being, but a living being. Not you. But if somebody does, I can
In
human
any
being.
religion,
Sorry?
in any religion. If someone
Well, I don't know
is
about
just following, if someone is just following just to follow without questioning, because
Look, when you have time, I know where we are going. When you have time, you go listen from the beginning of at least today's record and see where we are coming from, don't you think? And you will understand. Following religion, I don't know what it means at all. But, I don't follow religion. I follow my conclusion. My conclusion says you have a creator. This creator speaks to you. I'm summarizing it. And this creator employs you, an instructor, You know, how to communicate with him helps you, guides you. So simple. If it is my conclusion, you can call it my religion. Otherwise, externally borrowed culture is not religion. It is external to you. It's nothing to do with you. I think we established this at the beginning of today's class. That's why the answer is there.
Yeah.
So,
I got it.
yeah. So speaking, we don't speak. In our classes, we never speak. Like you hear here and there people say, in our religion, we are advised to do good charitable work and pray 5 times a day. That's why we are here, because we have to submit to our religion. That's not religion. That's just rhetoric from our side. That's not yours. You have to go through it. How? Very simple. Very simple. Use your human qualities. You don't have to go into the big libraries and read thousands of books. No. Just sit in your room and reflect on your reality, yourself. What am I? Very simple, but deep. I can tell you, I don't know about people, but I can tell you that it is possible for a person who lived in this world for 100 years, followed a certain religion, whatever it is. Well, I don't care about these titles, but has never sat in his room and thought at once, what's the meaning of my existence? At once, for 1 minute. That's possible. Very common too. So we keep saying, well, I think you have been here a little bit late, but we have been here enough. Keep saying that religion must be based on I. I understand. I am convinced. I feel. That's why I am doing. I am following. Not because external things that somebody told me. I is extremely important in belief. But you can say, I come from somewhere, I don't know, Italy, and we cook spaghetti in this way. Right? We, you can say we. When it comes to religion, you cannot say we. But here, not a contradiction. The word that I wanted to study and concentrate on it, and I needed to have a sound, solid ground for this. In this teaching, we concluded that the God must speak to me and answer my questions and employ somebody, and this somebody should not be the source of this information. When we were talking about this. Anyways, so you can go over it. It's worth it to me. It's a good summary of what we have been doing. And we need that to remind us almost once a week at this, because we just keep falling into the traditional understanding of religion. So don't think that it is repetitive. We need it. We keep forgetting it. Because the flood, if you like, the flux of the culture never emphasizes, when it comes to religion, on I. We. That's your religion. Your religion asks you to do this, and you have to do it. That's why we need to emphasize on I. When we receive the message, our maker, well, we concluded, if we concluded, of course, that my Creator must guide me. If you conclude that, give me the answer. Guide means give me the answer to my questions. So, shall I repeat again? After we say, oh, I heard of it, but at least 10 times recently. If you don't have the question, answers don't make sense to you. But guidance from God is the answer. Can you understand? If you don't have the question, answers don't make sense to you. Do you get it? Mm-hmm. So if you don't have the question, your own questioning, all the religious sources claims to be the answer from your Creator, by definition, cannot make sense to you. But you say, no, it makes sense. Question it. But it makes sense because of what? Tradition, culture. That's religion, but it doesn't mean that when you follow religion in a conventional way that you found in your, I don't know, ethnic neighborhood or community, you have something that there must be a mystery in the creation of this universe. So religion seems to be interesting. The option, then you incline to religion because it is better option than being atheist. It means not accepting anything apart from what I experience in this world. The things happen by themselves. Take existence for granted is the source of, I call it atheism. It means if we, a believer, a believer in a certain religion, in a certain religion, takes existence for granted and follows a culture, which is a religious culture, equally, it doesn't mean anything. So we become atheists. What they are doing really doesn't make anything because they have to take existence for granted. Otherwise, they cannot be existent. They cannot be atheists. It means not acknowledging the Creator, what I call atheists. So these people do not acknowledge the Creator because they take the existence for granted and then speak. The other one follows a religion, but takes the existence for granted. The bases are the same. It's very dangerous. Baseless, it means. Both of them are baseless, not human. It's very dangerous. It doesn't mean that those people who follow religion and atheists are equal. We don't value people. We don't speak about people. We talk always about the quality of the attitude of the people that we take. Not about judging for somebody. No, just for me, if I do this, I would end up being a baseless man.
But it's good to take, the other poll that talked about not taking existence for granted. And then I think that's a good sign.
That's it. And start there. It is the starting point.
Okay.
So it means any understanding which is not based on questioning the nature of existence. It means, nature means not the essence of itself, but at least how come that it exists? Then any answer is baseless, would be baseless if it comes from not questioning the creator, not the existence. So the questioning the existence is a must, is essential for anybody, a human being. We are given this ability. How come that it happened? Anything. So we go step by step, step by step, step by step. But be patient. Don't say that, oh, it is taking long. Of course it should take long. The life is long for this. Yeah. But as long as you are giving life, it means you are giving life for something. Carry on using your given life. Now, here the text says, we worship. Right? We worship. How? What do we mean by we? Yeah, I concluded this. This must be my conclusion. I have been emphasizing on the importance of I in religion. Now, the text says we worship. It means text offers us say we worship. This is the best way for you. What does it mean? We have to understand and decipher this mystery. What does it mean? We worship. We seek help. We. It's very simple, but we confuse if we don't think about it seriously. So Sarah read here, he proclaims, the person himself proclaims his worship. Careful. Proclaims his worship. Right? For and seeks help from his unassisted dominicality, his worship. Now, he proclaims whoever is the source of existence of this universe, whoever has given existence to the universe, unassisted lordship, dominicality, it means just because he gave it, not using or benefiting or getting help from others. That's what he did. His unpartnered Godhead, the language is heavy, but you understand. His unshared sovereignty. Then he's the creator. It means self-subsistent being. I understood that. You are the self-subsistent being. Everything I experience in this world depends on you, dependent on you for their existence, for the qualities of for the existence of their qualities as well. Dependence, everything on you. That's my conclusion. Now, then he bows. Now, look at the understanding now. Then he bows, the man, the person who comes to this conclusion. And through declaring together with all the universe. Look, what happened now? Through declaring together with all the universe. But who is declaring it? The person, individual himself, as his conclusion. That is my conclusion, that everything in this world which exists, yeah, we all together, his weakness and impotence, his poverty, yeah, and baseness. We all together, not only me, but never forget, it is my conclusion. That is my conclusion. I understood that I depend on you. I have no power of myself. But at the same time, not only me, the sun has no power. The moon has no power. The food has no power. My status has no power. My cells have no power. I understood that every being in this universe is like me. Dependent has no independent existence. Everything in this universe is like me. Look, never forget, although the text says, you alone we worship. But that's my conclusion. We missed this point. If it wasn't my conclusion, then I don't know. Everything worships you. How do I know? That must be my conclusion. So do you think that not only me needs to be created by the one who created the universe, you too. So when I say I worship God, my mind must be all inclusive. My imagination must be all inclusive. I understand that you are the creator of everything, so everything is created by you. Must be created by you, because nothing can be source of its own existence. That's my conclusion. But if one says, I don't know, I am not sure about it, he has to investigate, she has to investigate. He, she, whatever human being has to investigate, question. Don't be afraid of asking questions, because that's your reality. I give this example as textbooks, those books or preparation, test books,
Test prep.
test prep. Yes, they have an answer key at the end. That looks so ridiculous to me. That really summarizes our attitude towards religion. That's why I gave this example on several occasions. So if you memorize the answer key without studying the text, what does it mean? You are fooling yourself. Although you know everything in the answer key. Memorize the answer key. I know everything, because whatever religion teaches me, I understand. I know. I studied 10 years in such and such, usually Arab countries. So it becomes sacred. Somebody was speaking to me and said, really, is that I learned in Egypt. So what? It's the center of ilm, knowledge, Islam, the religious knowledge. So I was so sorry for the guy. So what? So memorize the answer key in Mecca. The answer key becomes sacred. If you memorize it in, let's say, California, Los Angeles, it becomes very shaky. It's meaningless. It's not, you see, it's not based on my conclusion. Right? I confirm. Study the text, right? And go to the text, study, learn, and there is exercises there. And answer the exercise. You go back to the answer key and see, but your conclusion for the equation or the question was, let's say, option A or B. So you go to the answer key, it says option B is the correct answer. You say, yeah, that was my conclusion. My conclusion was right. If you see the kind of discrepancy that they don't really match, you said A, but the answer key says B. Possible. What do you do? What do you do? Go back to the text. It means your own process, your own learning, your own process of reflecting on the matter. If you find out that there is no way that the answer key says is right for you, what do you do? It must be a typo, or the author was wrong. That is the rejection of religion. Yeah. That's why we don't follow, we are not expected to follow any source which claims to be religion, because the answer key doesn't match. But what is the source of education, training? The answer key or the text? Your understanding of the text, which one? An answer?
Learning process.
Learning process of the text. But you may be wrong. Yes, you may be wrong, possible. But what presented to me as the answer key may be wrong too. What is the ultimate litmus test? How can I do that? Me? No way. No way to escape from our personal responsibility. No way. Yeah.
Can I ask? So earlier you mentioned something about laziness as a result of why we don't study things.
I think that's my experience.
What's the antidote for that?
For laziness?
Yeah.
Because there is no external factor, there is no drugstore which sells antidote. We are responsible for our own freedom, every individual. Yeah, seeking for the antidote is a real human thing. Well, I don't really blame you or anybody who asks this question. We are responsible for our life because we have been given the freedom to choose. Laziness has an alternative. What is the alternative for laziness? Being laborious, being concerned, not being lazy, working on it. This is in you. It means the antidote is in you. You are free to choose this way or that way. You are free. No one can affect you. But usually, practically what happens? They threaten you by something. Seems to be maybe, you never know, you are not sure. You never know. To be on the safe side, come and imitate me. Then we are it is a very slippery way of slips into laziness again. Follow the people who preach religion without taking them as a teacher and doing your assignment at home. It doesn't mean that we shouldn't listen to teachers. No, we have to. That's how we grow, how we progress. We hear and we're not listening in our time. Those people who are familiar, we obey. Why? The in between, hear and obey. So the teacher teaches, you take your note, go home, work on it. If you come to an agreement with what you have been taught in class, you come back to class and say to the professor, what? Yeah, I understand what you said is right. But if you don't go through this process, hear and obey, am I a human being or am I a monkey? What is going on? I'm a human being. I have the ability to question and learn and digest it and confirm it. I have this ability. So, hear and obey means hear, work on it, confirm it, be able to confirm it, come to the confirming point, and then say, yes, this is correct, so I must act accordingly. But if you don't conclude, how can you obey? But it only works where? In army. Because if there is an army man, listening here or there, you have to be somehow sick to be an army member, because you must be ready to obey the command without understanding. That is army. That's not religion. That's not belief. That's army. You do it, you are paid. So you kill people, how? Because you are asked to kill, you kill. Because you are brainwashed. So that's army. It's not religion.
So, for example, what happens if you question yourself
Yeah, question.
in religion?
Yeah.
And
I don't know what you mean by in religion.
like, yeah, like you
A
question
matter.
your religion, yeah, like in general. And many each person has a different conclusion.
That's up to you.
How you can get to know, like, okay, this is the conclusion.
Yeah.
My conclusion. How can you get to the conclusion that is right?
I don't know. That's you. You have to make sure yourself. But you cannot say that because I don't understand, so I shouldn't question, and I am right. You cannot be right if you are not convinced. Can you be right if you are not convinced? Just because you follow a tradition which is presented to you as religion. How can you make sure that the tradition or anything which is presented to you in the name of religion is correct? How? You have to investigate. There's no way to be lazy. So I cannot make sure. You have to investigate. As much as I understand so far.
Sorry.
Yes. As much as I understand so far, this doesn't make sense to me, or it makes sense to me. Imitation is not religion. So people use it as a trap for you, just to make you obey the commander in religion, religious authorities, self-appointed religious authorities. Make you look. If anybody starts questioning themselves and they cannot get the answer, everything will be in a mess. Yeah. Yeah. So, alternative. What's the alternative? Tell me. Obey me. Yeah. I am the commander in the religion. I am sheikh. I am, I don't know, bishop. I am pope. Yeah. I am scholar. Yeah, if you are a scholar, teach me. It must be my conclusion. No? So, is there an end? No, there is no end. Is there an absolute conclusion? No. You are not here for absolutism. There is no absolutism. Absoluteness belongs to the Creator only. In the universe, nothing is absolute. We have to know that. So keep investigating, keep investigating. Listen to the teachers, of course. Without teachers, we cannot educate ourselves. That's how we are. The universe is a teacher, teaching us every day. New things are demonstrated in front of our eyes. Yeah. So here is the demonstration. Yeah, you love it, baby. Yeah. That's how you are. Question why? Why do you love it? Where did you get this sense of love? Question it. That is religion. It is teaching you something. It is saying that the creator of this child is telling you that I created it for you, and in order to make you realize that you have a feeling towards a little creatures, and question it, where did I get it?
So that means that, for example, even if you get the knowledge from Sheikh or the scholars, if you get the conclusion that that doesn't work for me,
Yeah, that's a teacher.
it's okay?
But if it works for you, don't imitate. Think about it. Yeah. If it says God asks you to do something, you have to say what? Who's God? Which God are you talking about? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I have to understand. So you have to question, where did I get this concept of God? How did I conclude that? We said at the beginning, again, it becomes this reflection, intellectual reflection becomes a kind of automatic, but it must go. At every event, when you just see the baby, and if anything happens in your being, whatever it is, something that's lovely, I want to play with it. Question immediately, how come that I am excited at the sight of a baby? Question it. If you don't question it, just do it, imitation. It means without realizing you don't know what you are doing. Because you are given this teacher in you, which teaches you that that's a deliberate action. Man, be careful. And you are expected to acknowledge the source of the existence of this sense. If you don't do it, you are just denying your reality. By denying your reality, you cannot become a religious man. So here it is. This part was the point I wanted to discuss today, as I summarized it in the email I sent out, the reminder email. How can we all really worship alongside with the whole universe, although it is my personal worship, but together with the whole universe? How can I? How is it possible? That is possible. And that is beautiful. It's a very important point. I wanted to concentrate on it, and I wanted to, of course, make sure that where we are coming from. Just giving the result and conclusions doesn't help. Just we have to know where it is coming from. Okay, I think we have to stop here today. It's time. If you have any further questions, we are always here on Wednesdays, Saturdays. Bismillah. سبحانك لا علم لنا إلا ما علمتنا إنك أنت العليم الحكيم وآخر دعواهم يعني الحمد لله رب العالمين.